Hello everybody, Blixie here, and welcome back to another video on my 173 world. Now, I know I say it a lot, but a lot has happened in between videos. I've gotten a lot done. Now, almost you could see what's going on over there. We'll get to that. But first, I want to touch on over here. I made a post about a week ago when I had added this, but over here on the corner of the house, I added a little pond with a little waterfall, some sugar cane, and some wheat. I had to replant this and put fence posts on the bottom of it because I forgot to do it with these and mobs kept trampling it. So I finally got up and did that. Now, as you can see over here, I did extend the wheat that I have growing over here just to this little corner. I'm not too sure what I want to do with all of this area yet. I think I might extend this out, but I also think I want to leave it. I'm not sure what I want to do yet. I might put some cobblestone though on this side if I do decide to leave it, so it's a little bit more organized than just random wheat here. But I got this in and I built this little thing and I'm not sure exactly how I feel about it. It doesn't look bad. I don't think it looks bad. It's supposed to be a little cake shop. Now, I did make a little way to get in, put some fence posts up here, and you do have to open this trap door. But in here, you know, there's a little bookshelf, and these are supposed to be the ovens you bake the cakes in. A little cake right there. Actually, the first cake I ever made in this world is right there. Little chest, nothing in it. But other than that, it's just a little, it's supposed to be a little stand to make cakes. So, I like it. I think it turned out pretty good. I did add some foliage, too, over here, and updated this path going down to the dock down there. I'm not going to go all the way down there. You can see it from here. But added some foliage, a tree, and kind of fixed up this little area. Now, I did extend the wheat, too, now over here. Now, this is very different than my last beta video. I didn't like the bridge that I had. I felt that it was very old beta Minecraft-esque, but I didn't like the way it kind of extended and protruded out, so I decided to kind of have this one curve and go with the land rather than just directly jut out. I think this is a lot more natural than the one that I had, and I like the way it turned out. It's pretty much the path, and it follows the same structure of it and comes over there to the mine. Really nothing different. I did add a little wall, and like I said, I extended this wheat out over here in the path. But now, the main thing I did in between episodes is this. Now, I have been talking about putting in buildings over here. Oh, there's a sheep right there. Get off of that. But other than that, I've been talking about putting in buildings over here for the last couple videos, on the beta world at least. And I finally did it. Now, I added this whole cobblestone wall here on the side of the cliff, and I think this looks pretty good. I definitely want to find another spawner at some point, so I can kind of put in some mossy cobblestone in here to break up the texture a little bit. The bare cobblestone doesn't look bad, but I think if I put in some mossy cobble, it'll look a lot better. And just put some stone slabs here. I still haven't touched the nether portal yet. I want to do that eventually, but right now I'm just kind of leaving it. And I honestly might relocate that. Not too sure what I want to do with that yet, but I think I'm going to relocate that. But for now, it'll just stay here. Now, I did extend the path, obviously, all the way over here. So now this all follows the terrain. And now, here's my dilemma with this area. I really, really like the way this all turned out. Like I was saying, I really like the way these turned out. I think these buildings, I like the way they are kind of natural and flow with this path and how the land works over here. But the problem that I'm having is that this is kind of a completely different building style than what I've been building in this world. Now, don't get me wrong, I like my buildings, but I feel like this is really more of like a modern beta building style. Kind of influence. I've seen a lot of builds like this off of Reddit, and I wanted to take a lot of inspiration from those. I'm still not sure, though, how I feel about it. I definitely think I'm going to keep them. I'm not going to tear them down or anything. I spent a little too long putting all these up. But I think I might extend out, because I definitely want to extend out this way into this desert, and I do want to make desert buildings over here. But I definitely think I might keep this style, at least for this area, and over here, keep like the more traditional beta-esque build style. I do like this style a lot, and I do think that this came out really good. I think I did really good with what I could work with, especially with these roofs. These roofs were really hard for me to figure out for no reason. So I finally got all that in. And like I said, I like the way it turned out, but I think at least moving forward this way, I'm going to keep this building style, but I might leave the style that I've been working with for over here. I really don't care what I build in this world. I just like building and having a little town. I definitely want to extend. I want this world to be pretty big. I have lots of big plans, and I don't know how to execute any of them, but I think we'll get that done eventually. For now, none of these buildings have interiors. I honestly, at least for the time being, can't be bothered to make any interiors for these. I really don't even know what I would put in them. Like I said, at least for over here, I have no desired kind of theme. I do have planned what I want to do. I want to start curving back this way. And now there's not too much room because there is this drop off over here, but I think I might add like a little, I might add some texture to this, have it stop, but have the path curve and make some buildings along here. And then leading up to here, now hear me out on this idea. I want to put a lighthouse up here. Now there's really not that much room right now. I might extend it and then after the fact, terraform. Oh, there's some clay right there. I'm gonna need to grab that afterwards. But kind of terraform. I'm really not the best at it. That's really the only experience over there that I've had with terraforming. I mean, I think it looks decent, but I'm not really the best at it. But put a lighthouse here. And now it kind of seems counterintuitive to put a lighthouse here because really this isn't an ocean. But I think it's fitting here. This is my world and I'm gonna do whatever I want with it. So I think that's the plan, is to put a lighthouse here, extend this path, and extend some houses out this way. Now walking back to get some materials and kind of get myself situated, I do want to say we're almost at 100 subscribers now, and that's really exciting. Doesn't seem like a lot, but for me at least, that's a good chunk of people. So thank you guys for all your support and for watching these videos. Now, I've been collecting a lot of wool. This should be enough to start. I have no clue if this is going to be enough to complete it. It should be. I can't see why I would use more wool in this, but we are going to need a lot of red wool. I do have some dye in here, but we're going to have to go around and collect a little bit more just so I can make up at least probably a full stack of red wool. I see right over there some flowers. Be perfect to grab. There's also some more sheep up there that I'm gonna grab too. Like I said, I think this will be enough, but we'll see. There's a brown sheep. I need you. I have no brown wool left. There's some more over here too I'm gonna grab. Alright, perfect. This should be enough, like I said, to get us started. I think I'm still gonna do at least a full stack of red wool, just to play it safe. Make what we can out of this. Keep the rest. And that should be good to start. Gonna need some cobblestone. Now, towards the bottom, like any normal lighthouse, I do want there to be kind of like a little house, actually, like next to it, like they normally do. And I'll probably build it in the same style as that last house right there with the wood. Actually, you know what? I think I might do it sandstone. I think sandstone would look a lot better. Alright, I think we have all the materials needed to start this. Now, like I said, I'm gonna flatten out that area a little bit more, and then after the fact, I'll terraform it and stuff and put some rock ledges like I did over here. I think that'll be a lot more fitting over here than it is over there. I like that, but it's still, I don't know. I think that turned out pretty nice. That one I want to fix eventually because I think it's a little too uniform. So I'm just gonna start filling this in. I think I'm gonna bring it out this way, make it a little circular, and same thing with over here. I am going to bring this out this way a little bit because I do want the lighthouse to be right here at the edge of this. Alright, I think this is a good start. I just want to mark out where I'm going to put the lighthouse. I am going to do a couple layers of cobblestone just as a base to kind of build it up a little bit. Then I think right off to the side right here is where I'll do that little actual house part of the lighthouse. Alright, I do need to grab glass, though. That's the one thing I forgot to bring over here. Perfect. Alright, so this is pretty much everything finished. Now, I like the design for this. It's nothing too crazy, but I think it works for what we're trying to accomplish with this lighthouse. Just a little bit of fence post for some detailing. I'm gonna come over here eventually and I will put some like leaves and stuff, foliage. But this is pretty much what I got going on for this. Now it's time to actually start on the main lighthouse. Now I do think I'm actually gonna move this a block back so that it's still perfectly circle. Alright, I think that looks a lot better. I probably will extend this just over a little bit, but I wanted to be able to build this up without messing with this roof right here. Alright, time to start knocking this stuff out. I do want each layer to be 3 blocks tall so I can place a window in the middle of them. So I think that'll work out nicely. I'm just going to get this built up as much as I can with the materials I have right this second. Alright, so I'm pretty much completely out of red wool already. Now, this is going to take a lot more wool than I thought it would, but I'll be able to get the materials for it. Now, for this next layer, I do want it to come in 1 block, just so it's got a little bit of difference than this layer here, and I think it'll add a little bit more detail than it just being like a straight tube up. Alright, now I'm pretty much completely out of red wool, so time to go get more flowers. Alright, well, that took a lot longer than I was expecting it to, but I finally got a decent amount of red wool. I'm running really low on white wool, so I've been trying to collect that as I've been going. I still have 31 roses just in case, but I'm hoping that this should be enough to complete at least these last couple layers. It's only going to go up a couple more, but still, I hope it's enough. I'm completely out of white wool now. Now it's time to go collect more wool. But I do think this is going to be the last layer, and once I'm done with this, we'll start working on the actual light part of the lighthouse. Let me see if I can make this. Let's go. Yeah, I think this is going to be the last layer, and then I'll start the work on the actual light part of the lighthouse, but I like the way this is coming out. Looking at this, I do think I'm going to extend this base out at least another block so that it's got a little more depth to it, so it's not just, like I said earlier, one single tube going straight up. 4 sheep just spawned right before my eyes. Alright, this should be more than plenty enough to finish this last little layer. I just wanted to get some extra, just so I have some more white wool, because now I'm going to need to start collecting again. This project kind of took more wool than I was expecting it to, but that's alright. It's definitely going to be worth it once it's all finished. Once I get some torches in it and lit up, it's going to look great. Alright, now that that's done, I'm going to have it come out 2 blocks of cobblestone to start this top piece. All right, I think this is the design that I have for this top piece. I don't want it to be totally cobblestone, so I think I'm going to go through and those pillars I'm going to replace with wood. I just need to grab a couple more logs, and I should be all set for that. Then afterwards, I'm going to go through and place torches on every single one of these layers, and then fill it in with glass. I also need to go get glowstone. I'm almost completely out, so I'm going to need to refill on that. All right. Gonna get some more glass smelted up. All right, it is raining right now, so it's unusually loud, but I got everything I need, and I'm gonna finish up this lighthouse. All right, so that's pretty much the outside, the entire outside complete. Now I just want to go through and really quickly extend this base out just by one, so it's got a little bit more depth to it. All right, so that's pretty much the completed lighthouse. I really like the way it turned out. I'm not entirely too happy with how the top turned out, but I think it works for what it is, you know what I mean? But I really like this. I'm glad I added this. All right, now that we pretty much got the exterior done of the lighthouse, I want to just collect some more wood so I can do the interior and do each floor. I don't have a specific idea for the interior. I'm just going to make it as I go. But other than that, I think it looks great, especially from all the way out here. This should hopefully be enough wood to get the floors done and all that. Like I said, I don't really have an idea for what I'm going to do. I'm just going to make it up as I go. But I think that's what's kind of special about playing with these. You kind of have to be creative and do what you can with the materials that you have. Now, I am going to need to get some more wood. I wanted to do a like spiral staircase going all the way up besides that top layer, which I'll do just a normal staircase to get up to the very top. But other than that, I'm just going to do a nice little spiral staircase, kind of like the one that I have in my house. But for that, I'm going to need a little bit more wood so I can have that wood pillar going up. Now, I've seen everybody talking about it, but I just wanted to mention that yesterday I actually had the opportunity to go see the Minecraft movie, and it's interesting, to say the least. It's a little interesting. I think that's the best word to describe the whole movie. It's very interesting. I really don't know how I feel about it. It's very cheesy, but I think that's what makes it kind of, you know, funny almost. But it's not too bad. It could be worse, you know what I mean? Could always be worse. Let me know in the comments if you guys have seen it or not and what your guys' thoughts were on it. I don't know, like I said, it was pretty cheesy, but, you know, it's kind of like, what do you expect? It's a movie about Minecraft with friggin' Jack Black in it, so really high hopes weren't on the cards. All right, now, like I said, I think this is going to be the last floor, and I'm going to have a ladder just going up to the top here, because I really don't have any room to build another staircase going up. But I'm going to fill these little gaps in with the last of the wool that I have. Exactly enough. But I think right here is where I'm going to place the ladder going up. All right, you know what? Scratch that. I think I'm going to have it go right up through the middle, but then take out like a couple pieces of those glowstones so I could put a door. Because I really didn't think this through with how to get up here, but I think if I just put it right there, it'll be fine. Just a little minor fix. Continue this up, and then I could have the ladder. All right, so this is kind of what I have going on here. It's a little jank, but it's not too bad. It's not a big deal. It's a little workaround from me not calculating how to get up here right. But other than that, that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, I'm happy with how the spiral staircase turned out. It works out pretty good. It's like the one I have in my house, and I don't know. I really like making spiral staircases for some strange reason, especially in this version. I don't know. Like in my house, I really like it. I think they're very nostalgic to me. I used to build them a lot when I would play on Xbox, and I like building them now. For in the interior in here, I think I'm just going to place a crafting table. I'm going to get a door here, and then probably just like a little table here. Nothing fancy at all. All right, so that is pretty much the entire lighthouse done now. That's in the exterior and the interior. Pretty much just got a little table in here, a crafting bench. I might put a furnace right here really quick. There we go. Little quaint, really small, but it works. I might add a bed in here, you know, for the lighthouse keeper. Add a little bit of lore. But here's a spiral staircase going up. Not going to go all the way back up there, but other than that, this is pretty much the entire lighthouse done. I'm really happy with how this turned out. Like I said, I'm not too fond of how I worked on the actual light at the top, but I think for now, it's good enough for what I did. If I decide to change it in the future, I will, but for now, I think that is pretty good. Alright, I do think that is going to be it for this video. I'm sorry this video wasn't as long as my other ones. I just wanted to get something done, at least in the beta world. But I definitely do think in between videos, I'm going to extend this path over here and probably add a couple buildings. And I'm going to work on figuring out how to really terraform this. Because, I don't know, I might just try to have it come off like kind of how that does, but have it curve a little bit. I don't know. I kind of suck at doing terraforming, so I'm going to try my best, but that's definitely what I'm going to do in between videos, and like I said, get some buildings over here and extend the path to get it up to the lighthouse. But again, I'm sorry for this video being shorter than my other ones. Let me know if you guys like the longer videos, or would you guys rather have shorter videos? I don't know, I usually like watching the long plays. I usually think they're a little bit more relaxing and easier to watch than a shorter video, but just let me know. Let me know if you guys like the shorter or the longer video format. And again, like I was saying during the beginning of the video, we're almost at 100 subscribers. We're so close. We're 2 subscribers away, but I really appreciate all the support on my videos. The last video, the last alpha video, actually kind of got a lot of views, and I'm very happy. So thank you guys very much for that. And like I said, I can't wait till we get to 100 subscribers. It doesn't seem like a lot, but for me, that is a lot, and I appreciate every single one of you guys for watching. Now, another thing is that I did join a beta SMP server. Beta Lands SMP, and I definitely think that I am going to be making a few videos in that, just kind of showing what I've been building and what I've been doing. Like I said, been really busy with life stuff recently, so I'm trying to kind of play as much as I can, but I've been playing on that server and having a good time with everybody that's on it, and really good people. So like I said, I'll probably upload a couple videos of that, but for now, this is what I could get done in this world. I'm not leaving this world. I definitely want to get a lot more done. I don't know. I just don't record every single thing I do in this world. I do want to be able to play and enjoy it myself and just do a few things for a couple videos every once in a while as updates and kind of check in. But other than that, yeah. So I appreciate your guys' support very much, and I look forward to see you guys in the next one. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.